There you go.
Hey, that was our camera. No, our camera lady talking.
I was thinking that what you were talking about, the good things versus the not, don't eat it in excess like I do. It sounds a lot similar to the Daniel fast that we do at the beginning of every year.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed that I do feel a lot better, like healthier and alert whenever I'm on the Daniel fast.
Yeah, no, I believe it. Well, you're leaving a lot of the bad stuff out.
Yeah.
You know, and you're concentrating on the good. I mean, there's so much nutrients. That's where, like he was talking about, the vegetarians. That they really miss out a lot because you need that. I mean, because cows concentrate, especially B vitamins. They concentrate the devil out of B vitamins.
Yeah.
By eating all the grass in their stomachs, and their bacteria in their stomach enables them to make B vitamins. And then we get them by eating beef. If we don't eat it, we don't get them.
Yeah.
You know, and nothing's like the natural way. You know, we can take extra B vitamins, and we have to because we don't get enough. You know, we have to, but the more we can get them naturally, the better. I feel great when I eat beef liver. I just do. Beef liver is concentration of vitamins and minerals and all kinds of stuff.
Interesting.
And nothing can make a mineral that's living. Plants have minerals just from the ground.
Yeah.
You know, that's the only way. And then we get them from like eating liver because that's where they go through. Iron. I mean, we talked about iron. Iron is very heavily concentrated and bioavailable in liver. Where if we go eat greens and try and get iron, it's not very available for us. But when the cows eat it, then it gets concentrated in the liver. You know, like the organ meats and things. That's what's so important. And like Dr. Hall nailed it. We eat too much of one thing. You know, that's the thing. I mean, something I learned that Buffalo Wild Wings, they fry their wings in beef tallow.
Really? Is that what makes it good?
That, and it's more healthy for you. You know, because the problem comes in like with the canola oils and all those. The oil in those plants is not bad. It's the refining process. Because they have to heat it up so high and then it becomes rancid. And then what is it they put in them? They put some kind of chlorine of some kind almost in there to get the rancidness out of it. You know? But they have to do something because it makes that's the problem with fish is fish oil is from cold water fish. So when you cook it, it's actually rancid in the fish when you cook it at high temperatures. Like Dr. Hall was talking about that one of the things the AGE, whatever that was. One thing I learned, like even like sodium nitrates and nitrites, things like that, those are required for us in our bodies to make nitric oxide. Problem is when we fry our bacon at high temperatures, we transform that sodium nitrate that we require into something that we don't.
Okay.
Because we cook it at too high of a temperature.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot to be said about that. We're burning them.
Yeah.
And when you said that came to my mind. I was like, that's what's happening with the inflammation in the body as a diabetic. It's causing A1C to go up. You're cooking that and it's causing that sugar in mind. You know, in your body.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it like that, that's what's happening. I mean, it's just too much of it.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it just, it's freaking amazing how all this stuff works.
Yeah.
It just works together when it's
Well,
done right.
the other thing, and I started to say about that, I don't take the time, but studying food's hard. The reason there's so much opinions and contradictory is because studying food's hard. I mean, you can't study it like you do a drug. Like your dad said 1,000 times, you can't do a double-blind placebo-controlled study with this stuff. Because because people that are doing a clinical study, they're going home and they're eating. You don't know what they're eating. You can't keep track of what they're eating. They're eating, and you know what they're getting, and you don't know what anybody. I don't know.
Well, you don't know what the cow got that they ate.
And
you know all of that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You don't. There are too many variables. The idea of a clinical study is the ideal is you reduce all the variables to one. And it's hopefully it's that drug or whatever, but even then you know you can't reduce all, but you try to reduce as many as you can, get as many as you can. Well, it's all variables when you're doing food. And then the problem is they try to make a drug out, so they're studying curcumin. Well, they're making a drug study out of it. You're still, to really do study of food,
You can't.
How
There's
do
too
you
much
do
in
that?
it.
How do you do that? You know, I mean, you can do it over a generation or two with hundreds of thousands of people, maybe. But how you gonna do that? It's gonna take generations to do
You know,
that.
one I just read, it was we were talking about hemoglobin earlier, but what I read is like grapefruit. This is really cool because people that have a low hemoglobin, eating grapefruit, and they did this with a study, a broad study of a lot of people, so it's pretty good. Grapefruit. Some of them had hematocrit below what we would call the range, the healthy range. Like
Hematocrit?
And some of the people in the study had it above the healthy range, what we would consider a healthy range. And when they ate grapefruit, half a grapefruit or a whole grapefruit, it didn't really make a difference. It pulled all of those people in that study, the people that were too low up in the range, and the people that were too high down in the range. So those that were in the 50s, they consider about 54 getting a little dangerously high. You know, and then it's like 36 is getting a little too low, right? So
for a man, especially.
Yeah, well, yeah, especially if you're a man. But and then like more than 44 for a woman's pretty high for them.
Yeah,
but anyway, regardless of the deal, it pulled everyone that was too low back up in the range, and everyone that was too high back down in the range. Nobody was above 50. It was 49. And it was grapefruit. And you think about it, I hear so many benefits to grapefruit.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, it's like, what is it about grapefruit that does that?
It's almost like someone created it.
I know.
And the problem, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
People want to say, well, what is it? So they try to find that one thing, and then they're going to make it this study, and it's the whole thing.
Yeah.
There may be one thing that's the key, maybe, but you still got to have all the other stuff.
Yeah, all the other
But that's
stuff
what
is
happens.
together.
Is what's
Yes,
one thing?
that's
Well,
what
it isn't
people think
one
about.
thing that's doing it.
But it's not. It's
Everything's doing it.
You know, and not one time did I see anybody say grapefruit juice either.
Yeah.
That study was eating the grapefruit.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
there's so much, many nutrients that are in the cell walls.
Well,
And all that,
well, of
not
course.
just the juice. That's the problem with juicing. Juicing's not a good thing.
No,
I mean,
it's not. Well, you're concentrating again.
you're
concentrating the
concentrating,
sugar.
but you're
That
losing,
does make
but you're losing all the pulp and all that stuff, where so much of that stuff is. You
It's
need
where
the whole.
that's where the nutrients are? Or it's in
So
a
many of
combination
the
of the
nutrients
pulp and
are
the
All
juice?
of it. It's the juice, the pulp.
So many of the nutrients are in the pulp, and so when you're eating grape juice or eating grapefruit, you want to eat the whole thing, the orange, the whole thing. You don't want just orange. I mean, orange juice is great. I like it for a drink, but that's not. I'm not doing that
No.
for health.
No, well, I read a study that drinking orange juice raises your blood sugar more than Coca-Cola.
Oh, you got it's a high concentration of sugar in grape.
It raises
orange
it more
juice.
than Coca-Cola does.
Yeah.
So you talk about that's the sad thing too, when you look at like the diabetics, suggested diabetic diet. It's like oatmeal and orange juice and something else what you should have for breakfast. Yeah, if you want to suggest that they stay on insulin forever.
Yeah.
Well,
You know what I mean?
actually,
Yeah.
they might want to stay on it.
I'm sure. We know that. Yeah, for sure. But I was kind of curious. I wonder how grapefruit might benefit Brittany with the sickle cell.
Possibly.
Maybe.
Let's do a study.
What would it hurt though if you just ate grapefruit every day?
It
We know
would.
it ain't gonna hurt nothing. You know, what if maybe it would benefit her?
Yeah. I wouldn't expect it to hurt.
Mm.
You know. I think we know there's something by now. We know there's something in grapefruit that could hurt her. And I don't think there is. Yeah, that'd be, but
It'd be interesting. I thought of you because of the sickle cell when I read that study. And I was actually just read about it again. Some more because I was looking into that. Yeah, but I thought that was pretty cool because I was thinking like testosterone replacement therapy raises your hematocrit, but why does a young teenage boy who has a lot of testosterone not have high hematocrit? But as you age,